Did you know that about 1 in 5 people have traits of narcissism? That's right, 20% of people could be showing narcissistic behaviors, and you might be in a relationship with one without even realizing it. Narcissists can be charming, magnetic, and incredibly hard to spot at first. But their manipulation tactics can slowly tear down your self-esteem, leaving you confused and drained. In this video, we'll break down the real signs you're dealing with a narcissist, signs that go beyond the obvious. From emotional roller coasters to silent treatment, these are the behaviors that can control your every move without you even knowing it. Stay tuned as we dive into the shocking truths and tactics that narcissists use to keep you hooked. By the end, you'll know how to spot these patterns and protect yourself from toxic relationships. Let's get started. Chapter 1: The Mirror, Reflecting Your Needs, Not Your Soul. Narcissists are masters at reflection. They don't show who they really are, they show what you want to see. Early on, they mirror your desires, thoughts, and even emotions, making you feel like they're your perfect match. You may find yourself saying, "It's like they can read my mind." And that's exactly the goal. They give you what you crave, not what they feel. This mirroring technique is a form of manipulation. Narcissists adapt their behavior to fit what you want. But as time goes on, this mirroring fades, and the real personality, or lack of one, begins to surface. You start feeling confused and betrayed when the charming version of them disappears. Dr. Carol McBride, a leading expert on narcissistic abuse, points out that narcissists lack a true self. They borrow traits from the people around them to create an identity that works in their favor. This tactic can be powerful because, at first, it makes you feel seen and valued. Psychologist Dr. Craig Malkin, in his book Rethinking Narcissism, describes narcissists as emotional predators who prey on your needs for approval, making you think you've met your soulmate. This early connection feels electric, but it's built on lies. So, if someone quickly aligns with your interests, dreams, and even your emotions, it's time to ask, are they really who they say they are? Chapter 2: The Charm Offensive, Sweet Words, Sour Intentions. Narcissists can be extremely charming. They're like a tidal wave of sweetness that sweeps you off your feet. You may find yourself in awe of their confidence, their compliments, and their ability to make you feel special. But there's a catch. Narcissists use charm as a weapon to lure you in, only to manipulate and control you later. It's called love bombing. In the beginning, they shower you with affection, praise, and promises of a perfect future. It feels amazing, like you've met the one person who truly understands you. But after the initial phase, something shifts. The compliments turn to criticisms, and the sweet gestures fade into demands. According to research by Dr. Ramani Durvasula, a clinical psychologist who specializes in narcissism, narcissists use these initial love-bombing tactics to establish control over you. It's all part of their game: draw you in, make you dependent, and then slowly withdraw. A key sign of love bombing is the feeling of being overwhelmed, especially with the intensity of their affection. It's too much, too fast. Experts warn that if you feel like you've known someone for years after only a few days, it's time to hit the brakes. Narcissists excel in creating a false sense of intimacy. If they're constantly telling you that no one else could love you the way they do, or that you found your perfect match, be wary. It's a strategy to get you hooked, not an honest expression of love. Chapter 3: Gaslighting. 101, Is it you or is it them? Gaslighting is a psychological tactic that narcissists use to control you. It's a strategy that makes you question your own reality. It's a slow, insidious process where the narcissist plants seeds of doubt in your mind, making you second-guess your memories and perceptions. At first, it might seem harmless. A small comment here or there, like, "That's not how I remember it," or "You're overreacting." But over time, these little comments add up, and you begin to feel like you can't trust your own judgment. Gaslighting is designed to make you feel crazy or confused, and it's one of the most effective tools a narcissist has. In her book Gaslighting, Recognize Manipulative People and Break Free from the Toxic Control, Dr. Stephanie Sarkis explains that gaslighting can be so subtle that you don't realize it's happening until it's too late. Narcissists are skilled at twisting your words, actions, and emotions to make you feel guilty or wrong, even when you're not. The worst part? Gaslighting can create a sense of emotional dependency. As you start doubting yourself, you become more reliant on them for answers and validation. Over time, it becomes harder to distinguish between what's real and what's been manipulated. A study by the National Domestic Violence Hotline found that 64% of people in abusive relationships experienced gaslighting at some point. The effects are long-lasting, and it can lead to a loss of self-esteem and self-trust. If you're starting to feel like you can't trust your own thoughts or memories, that's a major red flag. Narcissists use gaslighting to keep you in a constant state of confusion, which helps them maintain control. Subscribe for more insights into narcissistic behavior and how to protect yourself. Chapter 4: The Drama, Highs, Lows, and Emotional Rollercoasters. Narcissists thrive on creating emotional chaos. In their world, love is a roller coaster, intense highs followed by devastating lows. One moment, they're showering you with affection, and the next, they're cold, distant, or even hostile. This back and forth leaves you feeling confused and emotionally drained. It's as if you're caught in an endless loop of extremes. This emotional roller coaster is a tactic designed to keep you hooked. The intense love and affection they give you during the highs can make the lows feel even more devastating. This creates a sense of emotional dependency on their approval. You might feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells, never knowing which version of them you'll get today. In the Narcissist Playbook, author Dana Morningstar explains that narcissists love drama because it feeds their need for control. The emotional instability keeps you engaged and distracted from the deeper issues at play. The highs are often exaggerated to make you feel like they're your soulmate, and the lows are used to punish you or regain control. Studies show that individuals who experience emotional roller coasters in relationships often suffer from anxiety and emotional exhaustion. According to research published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, people involved in unstable relationships are more likely to experience symptoms of depression and anxiety. This constant emotional up and down can significantly impact your mental health. The key to breaking free from this cycle is recognizing it for what it is: manipulation. Narcissists intentionally create this instability to keep you emotionally invested. If you find yourself constantly trying to win back their affection or approval, it's a sign that you're being manipulated. Chapter 5: Self-centered Circles. Love that's only about them. When you're in a relationship with a narcissist, it often feels like you're just an accessory to their world. Narcissists are self-absorbed, and their needs always come first. They rarely show genuine interest in your emotions, struggles, or dreams unless it directly benefits them. In conversations, they dominate the talk. They rarely ask about you, and if they do, it's usually to make themselves look good or to gain something from it. Narcissists love to be the center of attention, and they'll steer every conversation back to themselves. You may find yourself starting to lose your voice as your needs and wants are consistently overlooked. Dr. Ramani Durvasula, in her book Should I Stay or Should I Go?, says narcissists deprive others of the space to exist by focusing only on their own needs. This lack of empathy leaves you feeling invisible, and in turn, you start to doubt your worth. Research shows that narcissists lack empathy, which is crucial for maintaining healthy relationships. In a study published in Personality and Individual Differences, researchers found that narcissists scored significantly lower on empathy scales than those with healthy personality traits. This lack of empathy can make it feel like they're not emotionally available, even when they appear to be. If you feel like you're constantly giving, but never receiving, it's time to reflect. Narcissists take and take, but rarely give. They make sure that everything revolves around them. If your relationship feels like it's all about their needs and desires, rather than a mutual partnership, you're likely dealing with a narcissist. Chapter 6: The Cold War. Withdrawn affection and silent treatment. Narcissists don't just manipulate through charm and emotional highs, they also use the silent treatment as a weapon. When they don't get their way or feel their control slipping, they'll pull back affection and stop communicating altogether. This strategy is designed to punish you, create anxiety, and force you to chase after their approval. The silent treatment is a form of emotional control. By withdrawing their affection, narcissists send a clear message: I control when and how you receive love and attention. This can leave you feeling isolated and rejected, as you desperately try to figure out what you did wrong. Psychologist Dr. Sherry Steins, in The Narcissist Codependency, highlights that the silent treatment is a deliberate attempt to create emotional chaos in the other person. Narcissists know that when they withdraw, you'll feel anxious and start overcompensating, trying to fix things or earn their affection. Studies show that the silent treatment is not only damaging to emotional well-being but also leads to long-term relational problems. In a 2017 study published in Psychological Science, researchers found that people who received the silent treatment from a partner experienced higher levels of anxiety, anger, and depression. The longer the withdrawal of affection, the more intense the emotional impact. It's important to note that this isn't just a temporary setback. Narcissists use the silent treatment as a strategy for maintaining power and control. If you're constantly chasing after someone who's playing hot and cold, it's a sign that the relationship is unhealthy. The silent treatment may seem like a small issue at first, but over time, it can lead to emotional burnout. It forces you to question yourself and your worth, and it can leave you feeling helpless and abandoned. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on understanding toxic relationships and protecting your emotional health.